What is up, everybody? It is your boy Farai. Thank you once again for tuning in to another video, man. Shout out Notification Squad. Hope you're having a great day and enjoying your weekend. So pretty much in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to really get your vocals to sit more in the beat by making use of reverb. I know a lot of people struggle to really get that vocal to blend into the track that they have. You know, a lot of the times we're using 2-track instrumentals, so the game is a bit different, you know, and there isn't really much information out there. So stick around, I'm going to show you how I do that, and really we're going to be focusing on how to get your reverb to really help you, as I said, get that vocal to sit in the mix. So you know, my philosophy really is that a reverb should be felt but not really heard. Especially when it comes to modern day pop, modern day hip hop, etc., etc. There's always kind of this thing going on behind the vocal, but you can't really hear it, nor can you really identify what's going on with the ear. But it does sound cool. So if you want to learn how to do that, stick around. Make sure to smash that like button. Definitely make sure to check the links in the description for this FLP, the full video breakdown. If you want to see the cool stock, you know what I mean, vocal chain I did, as well as if you're interested in vocal mixing course, vocal recording course, vocal enhancer, you can check out those in the description. But first off, let's play the track we have. This is the Blue Fago remix, and it's got a pretty cool reverb going on in the background, so let's get it.
That's how it goes. Big bands, I'm coming shit. Running shit, running up a check, gotta get that. Ooh, how you do that? Ooh, how you do that? Smoking on packs, smoking stacks. Baby, throw it back, throw it back, throw it back. Whole four up, now I think I'm leaning. Roll it backward up, I'm blue dreaming. Gotta mix it all up, cause I love the feeling. Better sleep in the sky, I'm still scheming. Shawty so bad, but she treat me right. I don't play games, we gon' be aight. Cash in the vault, we could book us a flight. I just pulled up, can't reply tonight. Pouring walk hard up, yeah, in my Fago. And you look kinda fine if I do say so. Since you wanna dance, baby, well, we could tango. But I can't stay long, so I gotta let go.
Alright, so there you go. Pretty cool, really nice tucked in the beat kind of reverb, vocal kind of blending in with the production that we have going on. So the first thing that I want to obviously say is definitely check out my video on effects sends if you are wanting to understand how I set up all of these sends. My vocal recording course definitely goes in depth on setting up a template for yourself. Templates are important in any DAW, and it is important that you learn how to set them up. But really the philosophy is, or the basics going on, you know, the basics for setting up a send is that you have a main vocal or a vocal chain or something like that, and then you are sending a duplicate into various effects sends or effects auxes or groups or buses. And over here we have a reverb. So basically we have our vocal being sent to a reverb. That's really all that's going on. And you know, this is the preset that we're using right here. This is the Fruity Reverb 2. We'll kind of also go we'll check out some of my other favorite reverbs, and I'll tell you why I like using different ones for different types of tracks. That'll also help you kind of you know, diversify your arsenal of tools that you have. So yeah, man, obviously we've got a reverb 2 right here, and as I said before, I want the reverb to be felt but not really heard, unless I am going for a song or if the artist has requested for the reverb to really poke out in the mix. For the most part, too much reverb is definitely going to interfere with the listenability of the track, you know, unless it's like, you know, an old school The Weeknd song or something where the reverb really needs to sit there. If it's not a stylistic kind of choice, then you definitely want to still make use of the reverb, but use it more in a way where it's kind of in the background. So first things first, you want to make sure that you're not sending too much of your vocal to the reverb. As you can see, I've kind of balanced it. I'm doing quite a lot. Generally I won't send more than 30%, 37%, that's okay, but I am compensating by actually turning down the reverb. And as you can see, we've got a pretty powerful kind of reverb going on. I'm just going to copy this so I can actually make, I mean, it's like a 4-second reverb. That is quite a lot, but since we are turning it down, we're not really hearing too much. One cool thing about FL Studio as well is you can actually spread the stereo field of any track, so it's pretty cool. I can spread it over here. The plugin itself also has the stereo spread, but you know, this is kind of what I'm doing. And if I was to boost the reverb so you can kind of hear what's going on, I will do that for you.
Smoking on packs, smoking stacks. Baby, throw it back, throw it back, throw it back. Whole four up, now I think I'm lean.
So as you can see, when I turn that reverb up, you know, there's a long decay on it. There's a long, there's a pre-delay and then a long decay on it, and it kind of sticks out too much. Doesn't really sound so good. But once we turn it back in the mix, it kind of pops out here and there.
Smoking on packs, smoking stacks. Baby, throw it back, throw it back.
you know, it's there, but you're not really hearing it, you know, so that's really the game that you want to be playing. So Fruity Reverb 2 is definitely my favorite for getting that kind of high-end, tinny, kind of cheaper sounding reverb, which is pretty cool for certain songs. It definitely works in this kind of over-compressed style of mix that we have going on. So after that, man, you know, what I'll generally do, you know, it also depends. If you want a more prominent reverb, what we can actually do is we can copy this and then I'll kind of morph the reverb settings so we can kind of mess around. Generally, you would want for hip hop or pop a kind of shorter reverb, so maybe like 1.1, you know, 0.6 up to about 1.2, 1.3 is going to be sufficient. You really don't want to have much of a decay. Decay, or a pre-delay, my bad, is kind of the time that it takes for the delay to actually kick in. So think of it as like a ramp where, you know, it goes from 0 slowly upwards to 100. That's really your decay. An instant decay would be 0 to 100 really fast. So, you know, it's going to kind of divide the reverb up from the actual vocal. So you want to have a little bit of a pre-delay, but not much. So about a 5 millisecond pre-delay is cool. 10 milliseconds, 60 millisecond is cool as well, 16. And then you want to turn on the reverb size, so the room size. Generally, you don't really want a circular room for more realistic reverbs, because reverbs are generally in, you know what I mean, rooms. If you want to go for more cave style reverb, obviously that'll sound pretty cool. So you want to kind of mess around with this as well and turn it into a more room type reverb. Then you can mess around with the size. Obviously, a larger size is going to create more of a church effect. You know, a small room reverb is something like that, and it's going to sound more boxy and closed in. So if you want more atmospheric, definitely go for bigger size. So let's kind of listen to what that sounds like. We have turned down all of the dry. We don't want any of the dry reverb popping through on the effects track. We want 100% wet, so that's what we're doing there.
Smoking on packs, smoking stacks. Baby, throw it back, throw it back, throw it back. Whole phone up, now I think I'm leaning. Roll it backward up, I'm blue dreaming. Gotta mix it all up, cause I love the feeling. Better sleep in the sky, I'm still scheming.
You know, so you don't really hear too much difference. You know, it's very subtle, obviously, you know, what we have going on. But if I emphasize it, so this is the new reverb we made, you can kind of hear it does sit quite nicely around the mix. So let's just copy that.
Smoking on packs, smoking stacks. Baby, throw it back, throw it back, throw it back. Whole phone up, now I think I'm leaning. Roll it backward up, I'm blue dreaming. Gotta mix it all up, cause I love the feeling. Better sleep in the sky, I'm still scheming. Shawty so bad, but she treat me right. I don't play games, we gon' be aight. Cash in the vault, we could book us a flight. I just pulled up, can't reply tonight.
So pretty cool, right? You can definitely hear the difference. So, you know, that's the Fruity Reverb 2. Really fun, really nice sounding effect, and definitely adds a nice layer to the vocal. So I want you to try that out in your own kind of time. So yeah, man, after that, you know, some of my other favorite reverbs to go to, you know, for those who tune in every week, definitely the SB 2016. Absolutely my favorite reverb. I think I have a preset here called the Farai Verb. Absolutely amazing. And I just put that on 100.
Smoking on packs, smoking stacks. Baby, throw it back, throw it back, throw it back. Whole phone up, now I think I'm leaning. Roll it backward up, I'm blue dreaming. Gotta mix it all up, cause I love the feeling. Better sleep in the sky, I'm still scheming. Shawty so bad, but she treat me right. I don't play games, we gon' be aight. Cash.
You know, it's very subtle. It's definitely for the more experienced ear, but there is a difference. So if you can't really hear the difference, definitely try it. Make sure the reverb is just barely audible, and you're going to get a really nice effect going. One other thing you can also do is, for example, let's just say you do have this nice reverb, but it's a bit too much. What you can also do then is equalize the reverb. You could use something like a Pultec EQ to equalize. You could use a nice parametric EQ. Let's just kind of focus on what we have right here. But essentially, you could there are a few ways to deal with your reverb, right? Is you could get rid of some of the bass out of your reverb, right? So it's not muddy, because reverbs can tend to muddy up, especially the side part of, or the stereo element of your track, which you don't really want. So you could trim away some of that. What you could also do is allow the actual beat or the rest of the vocals to flourish in the top end. So what you can do is you can sacrifice some of the treble of the reverb, because the treble of the reverb is usually going to be this kind of airy nastiness that is quite annoying if you actually hear it. And then what we can also do is get rid of some of the actual space that the vocal consumes. So for example, between 1K up to about 5, 6, 7, 8K, you definitely want to work on. So if I was just to play this with this boost so you can hear,
smoking on packs, smoking stacks. Baby, throw it back.
You can kind of hear that is definitely going to be really annoying when listening on small earbuds. So sometimes it is nice to maybe boost the level of the reverb, right? But then maybe to tuck away certain frequencies. So
Smoking on packs, smoking stacks. Baby, throw it back, throw it back, throw it back. Whole phone up, now I think I'm leaning. Roll it backward up, I'm blue dreaming. Gotta mix it all up, cause I love the feeling. Fell asleep in the sky, I'm still scheming. Shawty so bad, but she treat me right. I don't play games, we gon' be aight. Cash in the vault, we could book us a flight. I just pop.
So there you go, there are many different ways to get the job done. That's kind of just how I set up reverbs and make sure that they kind of add value to the track. So hopefully you learned something. Also, one thing that I do want to say is I will also route sometimes a few effects to the reverb bus just to kind of help complement the track and give it kind of this nice overall glue. So if I go back to the original reverb we had, which would be this one, you can kind of hear how all of these effects in the background.
Smoking on packs, smoking stacks. Baby, throw it back, throw it back, throw it back. Whole phone up, now I think I'm leaning.
You know that it just sounds endless. It definitely blends in with the reverb, with the vocals. So if I was just to play that for you, you know, that's really where the Fruity Reverb 2 flourishes. It's definitely amazing for effects. So you can also hear over here. Just really sits on the side of the track. So, you know, just a random video that I wanted to show you. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you can now go and apply these methods, as I said, to your own mixes. And definitely check the links in the description for the full breakdown of this vocal effect using a whole bunch of stock plugins. Definitely awesome. FLP will be available as well. And check out the courses below. Hopefully have a great weekend. I'll check you out next time. Peace out.